Hey friends in beauty, if you're a professional makeup artist or beauty pro who is tired of juggling multiple tools to run your business, I got great news for you. Beauty Pro Funnels is here to simplify your life and take your business to the next level. Unlike other platforms like Wix, Squarespace, or Acuity, Beauty Pro Funnels was created by a makeup artist for makeup artists. This is the world's first all-in-one software that helps you book clients, sell your products, and even launch courses all in one place. No need for separate subscriptions that drain your wallet or tools that don't speak your language as a beauty pro. With Beauty Pro Funnels, you're not just getting another booking tool. You're unlocking the ability to create multiple revenue streams, so whether you're behind the chair or not, you're making money. Imagine accepting bookings, selling your beauty products, and offering courses all without the stress of managing separate systems. That could be a big headache. Let me break it down to you one more time. Your website, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. Your portfolio, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. Your booking site, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. And your e-commerce site, host it in Beauty Pro. Want to offer beauty courses or digital products? You can sell them inside of Beauty Pro Funnels, and you'll be able to send invoices, digital contracts, newsletters, and do all of your marketing directly from your Beauty Pro Funnels account. It's mind-blowing. Listen, you're going to save hundreds of dollars every single month by replacing over 10 platforms when you make the switch to Beauty Pro Funnels like Wix, Squarespace, Acuity, WordPress, Vagaro, Honeybooks, 17 Hats, Dubsado, MailChimp, Klaviyo, Kajabi, DocuSign, even Shopify. It's crazy. I know you got at least one of those. And here's the best part. Tayana and her team spent over a year building plug-and-play templates into your account for pretty much everything, so you never have to start from scratch at all. So all of your appointment confirmations, reminders, and payment reminders and stuff like that for your clients, they have already been written out for you. You can even gather reviews and referrals all on autopilot. You'll free up so many hours of time each week so you can focus on what you love, your artistry. Plus, with their mobile app, you can manage your entire business from the palm of your hand. Send invoices, schedule appointments, and even take payments on the go. I believe in Beauty Pro Funnels so much that I recently moved the Friends in Beauty site to Beauty Pro Funnels, and I am loving it. It's a game changer because it's not just a platform. I swear it is like having your personal business assistant designed specifically for makeup artists and beauty pros like you. So here's the deal. If you want to see what all the hype is about, visit getbeautyprofunnels.com/friends to get a personalized tour and see how Beauty Pro Funnels can transform your business today. That's getbeautyprofunnels.com/friends because you deserve the best tool for your beauty business.
Have you ever felt so overwhelmed and burnt out that you just wanted to pause everything? You've been in grind mode for so long building your business. When is the last time that you took a break? That's exactly why I created the Water Break Retreat, happening in the breathtaking paradise of Bali on July 6th through 12th, 2025. The name Water Break comes from a moment I had on the verge of burnout, feeling unmotivated, uninspired, and completely drained. You know that feeling when you know you need to slow down, but you just can't justify it because everything feels like it will fall apart without you? That's where I was, and I knew I wasn't the only one. But here's the thing. If you don't take a break voluntarily, your body will force you to take one, and we don't want that, do we? That's why this retreat is all about intentionally pausing, just like a water break in a game, to recharge, refresh, and come back stronger than ever. Imagine waking up to stunning tropical views in a luxurious accommodation, relaxing, unwinding, and connecting with like minded beauty pros, and having memorable experiences that will leave you refreshed and re inspired to run your business and not have your business running you. A private chef welcome dinner, epic pool party with floating breakfast, Balinese spa package with an Instagrammable relaxing flower bath, and visiting the Bali swings is just a portion of what we have planned for you. Flexible payment plans with our dedicated travel expert make it super easy to say yes to the rest that you deserve. This is your chance to prioritize you. Spots are super limited and they're filling up pretty fast, so don't wait. Head over to friendsinbeauty.com/waterbreakretreat to grab your spot for this intimate getaway. If you're ready to hit pause on the hustle and escape to paradise to recharge together, head to friendsinbeauty.com/waterbreakretreat. Check out our full itinerary and save your spot as soon as possible. Share with another friend in beauty and get your passports ready. It's time for a water break.
I think the only thing that I'll say right now is that I hope that Target changes their mind. And I hope that they bring the programs back. And yeah, I mean, I literally just celebrated 3 years online with Target.com. So I would hate to see that relationship end. But I don't know what the plan is ahead for me, you know? And so then kind of midway through that point, I realized like, you know, I love what I'm doing, but I want more. I wasn't sure what the more was. I was just like, I know I need more. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that they mentioned a lot during that time was don't do this on skin of color. And so I'm like,
Like certain treatments and stuff?
Certain treatments, certain products. And I'm like, okay, like, okay, so I didn't, right? But eventually I was like, there's no way that these things can't be done on skin of color, especially being that I am a woman of color. And so I just started to research a lot more and do my own education and classes outside of that, and realized, you know, we could get those same treatments, use those same products. You just had educated on how, and just be a little bit more cautious. And I think it's really about who's your target market, right? Like, the thing is, you can't say everybody is your target market. Everybody's not your target client. Mm-hmm. I can definitely say my target client is a woman between these ages with this type of skin concern. And if your race happens to be this, or this, but you fall into that category, then yes, you are our target client. So it's not so much based on the color of your skin, but it's based on the concern of your skin. Yeah. You know what's funny? No, it was Pure Beauty and Extension Bar, right? So when I first started, in order to make money, I had stylists up front in my suite. So imagine a 200 square foot suite I was in there doing my services, and I had like 3 or 4 cosmetologists out front doing hair. And I did that so that I could supplement my income while I was building my business.
2,000 square feet?
200.
Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, a safe space for ambitious beauty industry creatives to have real talk, get authentic answers, and practical tools to grow their businesses. Join me every week as me and my special guest reveal the keys to longevity and success in the beauty industry, from the ups and downs of their journey to the nitty-gritty of their struggles and triumphs. We're spilling the tea on it all, and most importantly, having fun while doing it. You ready? Hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty here, Aquia Robinson. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I am so happy to have you here, and I hope you're listening to this episode in high spirits and in good health. Now, on today's episode, we have the pleasure of having Sylvia Brownlee in the Friends in Beauty guest chair. So Sylvia is a trailblazing esthetician and skincare expert with 3 decades of experience in transforming skin and lives. As the founder and CEO of Skin by Brownlee Co, Sylvia specializes in helping people reclaim their confidence by addressing acne, hyperpigmentation, and signs of aging with effective, science-based solutions. And her expertise doesn't stop there. At skincare, Sylvia is also an advocate for beauty professionals, recently opening the Skin by Brownlee Co headquarters and Lessons Suites and Studios, a unique co-working space designed to empower aspiring beauty entrepreneurs with support and mentorship that she wished that she had when she started her journey. And I cannot wait to hear all about it. Welcome to the Friends of Beauty podcast, Sylvia.
Thank you for having me. So excited to be here.
I am so excited to have you and learn all about your business. 3 decades. I'm like, how is this possible when you're 30? How can you have 3 decades and you're only 30?
I wish I was only 30.
You're so young. I'm like, how?
Yes, wouldn't that be nice to go back to my 30s?
It's lovely. It's lovely. I'm almost out of my 30s. I can't wait.
I can tell you that my 40s have definitely been the best years of my life.
That's what people say, and I'm just like, I don't want to like rush myself, but I have a couple of more years, so I'm almost there.
Yeah. I was talking to a client and she actually said it's really like a proven fact for
Mm.
women that that is like those are supposed to be the best years of your life.
Okay, well, I
Yeah.
look forward to it. Well,
Yeah.
before we jump into a great conversation, we're going to start off with some icebreakers so the Friends and Beauty audience can get to know you a little bit outside of what you do professionally.
Okay.
So the first one, just give us three random facts about you.
Um, one, I'm extremely afraid of cats.
Really?
Yes, trying to get over it, trying to get over it. I don't know why. I used to be afraid of dogs. I got over that, so I'm working towards it.
Okay.
Another random fact is I have a 29-year-old daughter. She's going to be actually 30 next month.
Nice.
We're excited for her for that. And let's see, I think the other one would be my weakness is chocolate.
Like milk chocolate, dark chocolate.
Anything sweet with chocolate in it.
I love that. Oh my gosh. So I am a cat lady. So we're
No
the
way.
opposite. My cat was literally just like on my shoulder. I had to just send her outside, like go outside.
No way.
I absolutely love cats. I love animals, but cats, I grew up with a cat for 20 years when I was younger, and now I have like my own cat, and she's like
Okay.
everything.
Maybe you
That's
have some tips.
yeah, you just gotta let them come to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If they like you, they'll deal with you, but don't force the relationship.
Okay. That's
They
true in lots of areas, right?
they be very picky like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What do people always tell you that you're good at aside from what you do professionally?
Um, ooh, that's a great question. I would say listening. Mhm.
Nice. Do people get to talking a lot when they're getting work done?
Yes.
Yeah, you just listen. Like, okay, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, guy.
I'm listening. I'm like, when they come back, I'm like, now did you? Or you didn't? And they're like, I did, or I did.
Mm, hmm. Okay.
Because you know
When
the stress
is,
comes through on the face.
say that again?
I said, because you know the stress comes through on the face.
It does. It does. And a lot of us are just so stressed out.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. When is the last time that you did something for the first time? Have you had any new experiences lately?
Ooh, something for the first time. I don't think I've had any new experiences lately. Um, but what I will say is I just started actually today I just started a new routine for me for the mornings
Mm-hmm.
that normally I like kind of get up as soon as my alarm clock goes off, go straight to getting ready. And what I started literally just today was I decided I'm not going to do that. I'm going to like get up, do some stretching, do a walk, do some reading, and then start to get ready.
Yeah,
So that's something new for me,
I
actually,
like that.
literally today.
I like that. You think you're
Yeah,
gonna stick with that?
I think so because I don't want my morning to feel so rushed. It felt better, not like feeling like I was just on go mode already, you know, because
Yeah.
that sets the tone for the whole day.
Yeah, for sure. I love slow mornings, but what I hate is like when my brain officially turns on, it literally starts going through like my calendar or like my to-do list for the day. And I'm like literally laying there still with my eyes closed. And I'm like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. I'm like, I just
Yeah.
want to go back to sleep.
Yes. Are you a morning person or are you
I
more?
am. I am a morning person, so I'm the most productive in the morning. After like maybe 3 o'clock or so, hang it up. I'm not doing no exercising or anything that's important after
Yeah,
that.
I
I
get that.
gotta get it done.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Do you have a current mini win or milestone highlight that's leading up to a bigger goal that you've accomplished so far or recently?
Um, well, recently would be just the new location. That was in just September 27th was the open house.
Okay.
That was really exciting. My clients are really loving the new space. They just when they walk in, they're just like, "Oh, I love this. It feels so good and
Yeah.
welcoming." So that's kind of a latest win, and just adjusting into the space and bringing on new, my next goal is to bring on a new esthetician. So,
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. So if you weren't an esthetician, is there anything else you could see yourself doing right now?
um,
After 30 years?
I know. I don't know. Like, I mean, I just really do love what I do because of the impact it has on women and how good it makes them feel.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it would be something still that would help women in their confidence and self-esteem because when a woman is confident, she is unstoppable.
Absolutely.
Uh, So I don't know that it would, I mean, I just really do enjoy what I do. So I don't know that I never really think that there's anything else. I'm sure there is, like, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Aesthetics is it.
Yep.
Okay. I love that. So what inspired you? That's the end of the icebreakers.
Okay.
What inspired you to become an entrepreneur in the beauty industry? Like, how did you get started?
So how I got started, I went to cosmetology school when I was a junior in high school.
Okay.
They had the program there, so I was able to do my junior and senior year vocational, half cosmetology and then half education. And so then when I graduated, I went to Ohio State Board and took my license and passed. And I started dabbling in hair a little bit and literally hated it. Like this is not my jam. I'm not great at it and I don't enjoy it. So
Yeah.
I quickly, probably within a year, moved out of that sector and was like, let's see what else is out there. And then I did nails and I was like, I mean, it's okay, but I just didn't have that feeling. And
Yeah.
when I did skin, I was like, this is it. I just felt like, okay, this is where I can help others. This is, I just felt it felt right.
Hmm.
And so I worked in a large commission-based salon for 10 years. And that's where I kind of really learned all the things, all different ethnicities came in as clients, different types of treatments. It was more of a relaxation type vibe versus what I do here now clinically. Um,
Okay.
Most clients came there to relax. They just
Got you.
zen out and just really like relax. And so then kind of midway through that point, I realized like, I love what I'm doing, but I want more. I wasn't sure what the more was. I was just like, I know I need more.
Hmm.
And one of the things that they mentioned a lot during that time was don't do this on skin of color. And so I'm like,
Like certain treatments and stuff?
certain treatments, certain products. And I'm like, okay, like and
Hmm.
just okay, so I didn't, right? But eventually I was like, there's no way that these things can't be done on skin of color, especially being that I am a woman of color. And so I just started to research a lot more and do my own education and classes outside of that and realized, we could get those same treatments and use those same products. You just had to be educated on how and just be a little bit more cautious.
Yeah.
And so I left there and then I went to manage a couple salons. And then from there, I went to run a cosmetology school.
Nice. Wow.
I kind of like did the whole 360. Like I went to cosmetology school and then I worked in the field, then I managed, and then I ran the school.
Oh,
And so
wow.
that kind of allowed me to see like the beginning to the end, right? And I just realized, there was a big kind of drop from the moment you graduate from cosmetology school to you enter into working, whether it's a commission-based salon or a booth rental or whatever type you go into, you aren't really prepared for that next step.
Okay.
It's like almost like you need that in between, which is why I do think a commission-based salon is great because you get to learn so much more. If you go strictly straight from, school to a suite, you don't have anyone around you to learn from. You can't bounce questions off of people. You're in the treatment room like all by yourself.
And that's what a lot of people are doing now is like going from school to suite.
I know. And I think, you know, it's yeah you kind of can't go outside of what you know if you do that. You kind of like you trap yourself in your room and it's like you're working, but it's like you got to be able to learn, like if you specifically focus on one type of client and then you're not being able to broaden your education when it comes to skincare with seeing other things happening. So I
Hmm.
definitely say get your classes, get your education, surround yourself around other people doing the same thing so you can continue to learn and
Yeah.
grow in your field. Um, from being the director at the cosmetology school, I was actually laid off.
Wow.
That's what led me into my entrepreneur journey. I was renting a suite at that time, but I was only there a couple days a week because I was working full time as the executive director of the school, and I had to be there for the day and night students. So when I got laid off, I was like very shocked, didn't see it coming. And I was like, what am I going to do next?
Hmm.
And some of my friends were like, I mean, why don't you just run a business? And I'm like, yes, I could do that.
Yeah.
Um, and so that's basically what I did. I didn't really have a plan, I just was doing what I had already been doing, but full time.
Right.
There was one moment where I was like, this isn't gonna work. I don't have enough clients to sustain what I need to do. I was used to having a salary.
Right. And
Bills.
you have a small child at this point,
Yeah,
right?
I have a child, I have a mortgage, like those things don't go away.
Hmm.
Figure it out. And so um I remember packing up my car, packed my suite up, and I told my girlfriend who she owned the building, she was like, I said, I can't do this. I have to go get a job. And she's like, absolutely not. You need to go back down there, unpack your stuff and figure it out. And I was like, okay. I
'Cause I
don't
need your
know
rent.
why.
She's like, I need your rent money next month. So go ahead and figure it out.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. And so that's what I did. I literally unpacked and set up. And from that moment on, I just was like, this has to work. I never once again thought, can't do this. I just worked really hard to make it work. I showed up at events. I think for that first year, I literally showed up to every event that had anything to do with beauty. And
Hmm.
I was there. I was promoting my brand to the point where people were like, "Oh, I know you everywhere. I've seen your brand." I'm like, "Okay, great. It's working. This is why I'm here. This is what it's supposed to do." And granted, I wasn't necessarily selling products or packages or anything, or even making money from being at these events, but I was gaining recognition. People were recognizing the brand. They were hearing it over and over again. They say it takes what, 7 to 10 times for someone to see your brand, recognize it, and remember it. And so that's
Right.
what I was doing. I was putting in that work. And I think, funny enough, is I thought about that this year and said, I need to get back to doing some of those things, right? I need to
Yeah,
get
that good old networking, that face-to-face connection.
absolutely, like it is very easy to be head down and focused and be like, you come up and you're like, the year has flown by and I haven't been to events, I haven't done this or I haven't done that. And so I definitely made a point to say to myself that this year I wanted to definitely get out more, at least a couple times a quarter, to be at different events.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. And I love how you said you had that full circle moment of, being a student and then going back to the school as a director. How do you think that shaped like your experience of being in the salon, managing the school? How do you think that shaped you going on to now have Skin by Brownlee?
Yeah, I think it just really it helped me understand every avenue of the business, from when I was working in the salon, just saying to myself, okay, I like the way they do this, or I don't like the way they do this. Being in the school and seeing how the students felt, being students and what they wanted to learn, what they felt like they were lacking, to understand when they graduate where they would be, what type of education were they receiving, how much has it changed from when I was in school in 95 when I graduated? What are they learning? Are they learning the same exact thing? Or are they learning more? And they're learning a little bit more. But as you know, in cosmetology school, you learn the very basics, right? You learn how to
Mhm.
pass state board and all that extra education that you want and need, you've got to go and get it for yourself. If you
Yep.
want to succeed in the industry and if you want to be the best you can be, you definitely have to continuing education is just a small piece of the education that you should be receiving when you're a licensed
Yeah.
cosmetologist or esthetician.
Has it always been Skin by Brownlee, or did you go through like different name iterations?
You know what's funny? No, it was Pure Beauty and Extension Bar, right? So when I first started, in order to make money, I had stylists up front in my suite. So imagine a 200 square foot suite with I was in there doing my skirt services, and I had like 3 or 4 cosmetologists out front doing hair. And I
Mm.
did that so that I could supplement my income while I was building my business. And so
2,000 square feet?
200.
Like she can't be 200.
No, no, 200. And it was just, it was working, but it wasn't working.
Oh my gosh.
And it worked until it didn't work, right? Like I was like, okay. And I was like in this room, in this tiny little room behind the door, like in a space of a space. And to the point where my clients were like, well, when are you gonna get a bigger space? And I'm like, well, it's working. I mean, they're like, I think it's time for you to, spread your wings a little bit. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I start like, okay, listening, like, okay, okay, I can see that. I can see why you would say that. And so we were still Pure Beauty and Extension Bar at that time. And I eventually moved on to a bigger space. And in that next space, I found out that my trademark had been opposed. They
Mm.
were saying it was too similar to another brand that was not even a skincare brand at all, but they were saying that it could be confused and taken as this or that. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm like, what do I do? And so my attorney, she said, well, and this is not the attorney that actually did the trademark. She was another attorney. And so she said, well, we can fight it or we can rebrand. And she said, if you fight it, you could possibly win because I really don't think it's similar in any way. She said, but I don't know how much time it's going to take or how much money.
Right.
And she's like, or you can rebrand. And then that way you pick a name that we know is not going to change, is safe. And so I'm like, I thought about it for a little bit. And, I felt like, man, I had really worked hard to grow this brand and grow this name. And then here we are, like in this position. So what I did was I kind of did a search for the old name, and there were kind of a lot in that similar format with that same kind of name.
Okay.
Like, okay, yeah, maybe then I do want to change it. Like you really don't. I was thinking small, right? So I was thinking Cincinnati, there's not another Pure Beauty. But when I searched online, there was all kinds of Pure Beauty, right?
Got
Like, it
you.
was a very common name. And so I'm like, yeah, I think we'll go with the rebrand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where Skin by Brownlee Co. was born. One, Brownlee is my maiden name, my last name, and I'm the last living Brownlee in my family.
Wow.
So it was sentimental to me. It means something. So it was kind of a no-brainer. There was no other name that I really wanted to go with other than that. So
Oh
that's
my gosh, that gave me chills. The
yeah,
last living Brownlee. So now you have a business that can like sustain and like hold the name forever.
yeah, absolutely. Yep.
That is beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wow. I also saw that you are the official skincare official skincare sponsor for the Cincinnati, is it the Bengals?
Yeah, the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah.
Bengals. Oh, Bengals. How did that come about?
Leaders for the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah. And basically, honestly, I had reached out to them several years ago about being the official skincare sponsor. And I think that just there wasn't the time then. But then I reached back out, made a connection with them, and yeah, they asked me to be their official skincare sponsor. So super excited about that collaboration. It's been great working with the young ladies and helping them reach their skincare goals because they are in the element a lot. They have to wear a lot of makeup and they have to look good all the time. And their confidence is a big part of that. So I'm
Mm.
super excited to be a part of that.
Yeah, what's the craziest skincare fire or I guess emergency that I guess any of the ladies have ever had, I guess?
You know what? They really haven't. I think the biggest enlightening moment for them were all the tips that I gave them when I first started working with them, which was just like not sleeping in their makeup, not picking, icing their face, the right products to use. I think just getting them on the right products because sometimes that's the biggest part is making sure you have a product and a routine for your skin specifically
Yeah.
versus what your friends using or what your aunt's using or what your mom used to use. Like everything doesn't work for everyone. So having that custom skincare routine, I think has been game changer for them.
Yeah, and the education behind it. I know so many of us still are so uneducated. I was doing a consultation. Oh, she probably go watch this episode because she told me she was watching my podcast the other day, but I had a consultation with one of my clients. She wants to do a one-on-one makeup lesson, and I was asking her about her skincare routine, and she was like, I just use water and a rag. I was and what else? Like, I think she ended up naming like La Roche-Posay or something like that. But she was like, that's all she does because like her whole life, her skin has been pretty like just good. And
Uh-huh.
I think she's just afraid of using things that may interact and like change that. Even with makeup, she's like, I never even got into makeup because I've always been afraid that it was gonna like mess up my skin. So I've never like got into it.
Wow. I can see that.
Like I was like, girl, you need a real routine though. I can't, suggest one, but you do need a real skincare routine other than a
Yeah.
rag and some water.
At least a cleanser and moisturizer and sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I tell my clients, like, you've got to have the basics.
Yeah. And I'm still the sunscreen I haven't gotten to yeah, don't get me, Sylvia,
Oh
don't
my
get me.
God. What?
I just like I don't know. I just don't know. So is it that the moisturizer and stuff should have sunscreen in it, or am I actually like applying sunscreen to my face?
Here, what? I just need you to wear sunscreen every single day. I need you to, it can be a moisturizer with sunscreen, but I need it at least to be an SPF 30
Mm-hmm.
all year long, even if you're working from inside and filming your podcast. I want that on your face before you beat it.
But doesn't it cause like flashback if I take pictures?
No.
That happened to me like some years ago. I used a moisturizer with some sunscreen in it, and I went out that night, and it was a hot mess when I took pictures.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Did it have like a tint to it or something? Like, was it a white cast on the sunscreen?
Probably a white cast. And then I
Yeah,
put my makeup over top of it.
yeah, maybe that's what it was.
So I
Well,
think
see,
it scarred me.
sunscreens do not have that. I've never had a flashback on my pictures, and you can guarantee it's on my face every single day.
That's right. Okay, okay, okay. Stop yelling at me.
Yes, you have to. If you don't take anything else from me today, please wear your sunscreen.
I will start wearing my sunscreen. I will. I have some over there on the table. I just don't be putting it on.
Okay, I'm gonna follow up with you.
Okay. Look, so I know, well, it seems like during the pandemic, there was like this whole influx of talk about inclusivity and, just that whole talk within the beauty industry in particular. I think most brands subconsciously have done it, like always been inclusive. But when you think about inclusivity in your business, like how do you intentionally go about making your brand like inclusive and your services inclusive and things like that?
You know, I really try to make everyone feel welcome when it comes to my brand. I would love for everyone to be able to see themselves when they think Skin by Brownlee and Co. One of our logos is a fingerprint. And what that means is that everyone's fingerprint is different, which means everyone's skin is different. And
Mm-hmm.
so, whether you are African American, Asian, Caucasian, no matter your nationality, you have a place for in Skin by Brownlee and Co.'s line. And it's really just about us talking about your goals, your concerns, and coming up with a treatment plan, whether you're in Cincinnati or virtually. We want everyone to feel like they're welcome.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that the beauty industry in general can do a better job with how they market skincare and things like that, or representation as far as marketing in skincare?
Oh, I think that's always been the case for sure. And I think it's really about who's your target market, right? Like, you can't, the thing is, you can't say everybody is your target market. Everybody's not your target client. But
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely say my target client is a woman between these ages with this type of skin concern. And if your race happens to be this, or this, but you fall into that category, then yes, you are our target client. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not so much based on the color of your skin, but it's based on the concern of your skin.
Yeah.
That's where we should be focused because all skin is different regardless of the color.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
even when you think about marketing, they always show people who already have like clear skin.
You know what? And I try not to do that. I really try hard to show the befores. I really try hard to show the progress because that's not reality. Poreless skin is not reality. The whole, like I want poreless skin. I don't want, any flaws. I'm like, that's not reality.
Right.
That is not reality. And like you're selling a dream to someone. And I feel like now people are more savvy and they do know that, but it still gets people. It still makes people think like, oh, I want my skin like that. So I always ask my clients, like, what are your skincare goals? If I had a magic wand and I could do whatever you wanted with your skin, what would it be? And it's like, you always get that answer. I don't want to see any pores, or I want my skin to be flawless. It's like, okay, well, let's start with the most achievable goal
Right.
there, because it's like, if that were the case, if that could be the case, we'd see more people walking around that way. And that's not real. Like everybody, otherwise everyone would look the same, right? With poreless, flawless skin.
Yeah.
That's not reality. So it's like, okay, reality is healthy skin. Healthy skin has pores. Healthy skin will have a blemish or two every now and then, even if it's just, that monthly cycle time. Healthy skin gets dehydrated at times when we get these cold weathers. And so
Hmm.
about educating people and letting them understand, like, here's what you can do now during these winter months when it's extremely cold. Add a humidifier into your bedroom. That'll help to plump up the skin and give you more of a dewy, hydrated look, and it'll be good for the skin. But I think it's just really about like educating people about what reality really is.
Yeah. Yeah. What what I guess what effects have you seen with the influencer marketing of products or influencers speaking out on products? Because in my head, I would imagine if estheticians aren't content creators, like how you create content and stuff like that, then they're not necessarily getting valid information if they're just taking it from like an influencer who's just trying a product and what works for their skin.
Yeah. I think I get why they do it, and not knocking anyone's hustle. But I really want people to understand that, we go to school to understand these ingredients. And you can't just take what someone else's routine is and think that's going to always work for your skin. The ingredients matter, how you layer the products matter, and your skin concerns matter. Some people have more sensitive skin than others. So if you start using all these actives because, such and such is using them and her skin looks flawless, she could be hiding behind a filter that's
Mhm.
says she's not and she really is. She could not really even be using those products and be using something completely different. I think it's just a really, like, we have to have more transparency behind it and just be honest so that people can not feel like, I bought this and why is it not working for me? And ask questions honestly, like, what are your skin concerns? Like, if you're going to buy something that someone is using, I hope that you can ask them, what was your issue before you start using this product? Do you
Right,
have
yeah.
before and afters? Because if it's really true, you should be able to have those receipts, right? You should be able to show me what your skin looked like before you start using this product. And I guess the other thing that I would say is, like, if someone's an influencer and they're using one set of products today and then tomorrow you see them showcasing another set of products, I think you can kind of decide for yourself if I can really trust the authenticity of this person,
Yeah.
because you can't do that. Like in your routine, you don't want to switch products up like that. Your skin would not like it.
Makes sense. I'm not loyal, Sylvia. I'm not loyal to a product. I'm so terrible. Look, she's gonna get me. I know you're gonna come beat me up.
Or when it comes to makeup, or both,
Skincare.
is it because you have great skin already and you don't feel like you have to be? Or is
Yeah.
it because you haven't found something you love?
Probably both.
Mhm.
Probably both. And I get sent so many products that I'm like, okay, once this runs out, let me try, let me try this and see. But I haven't found anything that I'm just like, oh, I absolutely just love this. And I have to keep buying it over and over again.
You know why you haven't?
Why?
Because you haven't consistently used it.
Right. I just be using it just.
Skin takes 28 to 30 days to renew itself. And then as we age, it takes even longer. So if you start using a product and you're only using it for like, say it lasts 4 weeks, if it's like a travel size, right? You start using this product and it lasts you 4 weeks and then you're out of it. Instead of you feeling like, oh, I kind of liked it. I feel like maybe my skin's a little bit brighter. But you don't go back to it, you'll never really know the full benefits of that product.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you typically want to give a product 6 to 8 weeks to really decide, like, do I like it? Is it working? It depends on the type of product. Like if it's an active, meaning like a mandelic, a lactic, a glycolic, a salicylic, or a retinol, which could take even 12 weeks for you to really see the like really good results, you're not going to see it in just 4 weeks.
Right.
You'll know if something's irritating you that soon. But as far as like seeing those real good results, you got to give it some time. So that's probably why you're not dedicated, because you're like, it was fine, but I didn't really see a big difference.
I'm gonna get my life together in 2025. I promise you. You're gonna be so proud of me next year.
We'll have to have a follow up.
I'll be wearing my sunscreen. I'm gonna have dedicated products.
Yeah,
I'll be looking like I'm 12 years old.
exactly. Exactly. I'll be like, "See, it worked."
Yeah. Speaking of transparency and like telling people how you really feel type of vibe, how do you feel about Target? I know you have products on Target.com. How do you like, what is your opinion or your thought when you saw that they removed their DEI program? If you could talk about it, because we don't want you to get like pulled off the shelf or that like
Yeah,
that either.
honestly, I think I think the only thing that I'll say right now is that I hope that Target um changes their mind. And I hope that they bring the programs back. And yeah, I mean, I literally just celebrated 3 years online with Target.com. So I would hate to see that relationship end, but I don't know what the plan is ahead for me, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Because does that necessarily affect them bringing on new or keeping existing vendors and stuff like that?
So I haven't heard anything different as of yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think there's like so much going on right now that, but I haven't been impacted as of now. I don't know if that will change, with the first of the year, things change anyway. Like you have to do lots of different updates and fill out different forms and, send certain things in. So I'm not sure what will happen in the near future.
Yeah. I've seen some people kind of like they posted about it, but they haven't really said anything, if that makes sense. Like they posted
Yeah.
that they're on, they sell their products in Target, but they haven't really said like how they feel about it.
Yeah, I think I mean the biggest thing is so many people are saying we're not shopping there, we're boycotting and things like that. But what you have to realize is you boycotting, not shopping us on
That
Target.com
hurts the
or
business.
in the store, it's impacting us.
Right.
It's like, oh, nobody's shopping your brand, we're pulling it. So that's really not the
Mhm.
answer.
Right.
And
Right.
usually people, that's where they go. Like they're just like, oh, I'm just gonna not shop there. And it's like, we need you to shop there. We need you to purchase on Target.
That's what they say. They ain't never gonna stop shopping at Target. I don't care
I
what they say.
know. I know.
Even
It's sad.
I think Amazon too. Somebody said they were gonna stop shopping. You never gonna stop shopping at Amazon. Cut it
Too
out.
easy. It's too easy.
Yeah, it's too easy
Yeah.
and convenient.
Yeah.
Yes, well, thanks for sharing that. I hope everything continues to go well with Target.
Yeah.
And
Thank
don't, like she said, don't stop buying the products. That's not the solution. It has to be a better way.
Yes, for sure.
What was the reason why you created Lesson, the Sweets and Studios?
Okay, so lessons. This is a great story. So lessons is the name came from our wedding song. Have you heard of Eric Roberson?
I've heard the name.
Okay. So he has a song called Lessons. You have to go listen to it.
Okay.
And it talks about getting you have to go through things to get to where you want to be in life. And that could be with a person, different situations, and things like that. So that was the song that I was supposed to walk down the aisle on.
Okay.
So when we were trying to decide, like, oh, what should the name be for lessons? That's where the idea came from. And inside this space, the whole idea was to create a beauty hub, right?
Mm-hmm.
A place where entrepreneurs can come and grow their brand and have everything in one place that they needed. So when I think about when I go through my day to day, right? And I'm thinking, what do I need to do? What is it that I have to do? I need to create content, right? Um, there's always classes to take. There's always photos. Like everyone always needs a headshot and a bio, right? So this space was designed to help entrepreneurs build and grow their brand all under one roof. So you have salon suites, you have a podcast studio, you have a content studio, and you have a photography studio. And then on the first floor, you have a conference room, and then we also have a bar. And so this way, you can come in, you can do your work. In your downtime, you can build your content, and then you can also teach a class or take a class. So this is a one-stop shop.
I like that. So the content studio is just open to everybody who has a suite there. They can go in there anytime.
So not anytime. So it's also open to the public
Mm-hmm.
on an hour basis. So basically, if you rent a studio here, if you're renting a suite here, you get so many hours per month to build your content, do in the podcast studio or photography studio.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
like
And
that.
that way, I mean, you're saving a lot of money by not having to go and rent a place. But the other thing is like if you just had a cancellation and it's open, hop in there and create some content. Use your time wisely, you know?
Yeah, I like that. What impact has it had so far? How are people enjoying it?
People are really loving it. They're like, there's nothing like it here in Cincinnati. So it's a first of in Cincinnati. And I think people really are loving it. And they're like, yeah, until they really see it, like come in and see it, they're like, oh my gosh, they're really impressed. And they're like, oh, this is great. And once they see one room and then they see the next, they're like, oh, I need to book both of these rooms.
Yeah.
So different. And you've got like in the content studio, you've got 4 different areas that you can create content. And then there's just pockets in the building where you can also create content. And then we have a makeup area where makeup artists can rent just for the day because usually makeup
I
artists
like
don't
that.
need a suite, right? Like you usually aren't doing makeup on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. You're usually busy Friday, Saturday, Sunday with weddings. So we have an area that you can just rent by the day, by the hour. And it's got mirrors and everything. And that way you can come in and do your clients and then go.
I love that idea because I had that thought before too of like just providing a space for makeup artists, like you said, just to pop in and pop out. Because if your clientele is not flowing like that, then you probably can't afford to upkeep a suite, but you do need a space for when you do have clients.
Yeah, and in Cincinnati, I mean, most of the events take place Thursday through Sunday, and so a makeup artist typically is not going to need a suite, every day of the week, um,
Hmm.
unless they're doing more corporate things.
Yeah, yeah. Has mentorship played a role in your growth and development as an entrepreneur?
You know what? I've had like what I usually do is I'll kind of like look at people socially on social and things like that, and I'll like reach out to them and say, "Hey, love what you're doing, would love to book a call with you." I haven't had like a long-term mentor.
Hmm.
I think it would be definitely helpful, but I haven't had like I wish in the beginning I had someone be like, do this, and do this, and definitely don't do this
Right.
because that would have been helpful and saved a lot of money. But I think for me, I've had like definitely pockets in my career where I've like reached out to different people on social, did calls with them. I think that again, it goes into that whole learning never stops thing is really important for me. I'm always trying to attend a class to see what I can learn to better my skills and better myself as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I think mentorship is definitely super important.
Yeah, I've definitely had my share and invested a lot of
Yeah,
money in
absolutely.
coaches and, things like that. I can only imagine like all the success you've had so far. I can only imagine what you would do if you had a coach or a mentor.
Man, I gotta find the right one. I'm looking for one. I'm looking for one to help me take things to the next level.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And did you launch your new collection, the Tone collection yet?
Ooh, it's coming February 6th, which is what, next Thursday. Yes,
Nice.
I'm super excited. The Tone collection. It's a brightening collection. One of the products, which is an eye cream, is people have been waiting for this. They're like, when are you gonna launch an eye cream? When are you gonna launch an eye cream? I'm like, it's coming, it's coming. And it's finally here. It's great for depuffing, it's great for brightening. I'm super excited. I also am launching a mini eye cryo ball for the eye area, as well as a brightening serum and then a brightening cream for at night.
Nice. Okay. So how long did it take you to develop this line?
Oh,
That sounds, how many products did you just list? Like six?
4.
Four?
Yeah. So this has taken quite a while. About a year. And we've pushed it back and pushed, set a date, pushed it back, set a date, pushed it back. And I'm like, just the other day, someone was like, I think maybe you should put, I said, no, we are not pushing this date back. It's launching whether we're ready or not. Like, nothing's going to be perfect. I'm
Yeah.
like, February 6th is the date. I'm not moving it again. I mean, like, we've moved this date so many times. So I'm super excited about it. I've been using, obviously, the products for like quite some time, and I love the results I'm getting. I love how good my skin looks. So I'm excited for the clients to see how they feel about it.
Yes, but she's been using it more than 4 weeks at a time. So
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
that's exciting, launching a new line. Okay, okay. What was I going to ask you? I always forget something that I'm going to ask somebody, but what is the difference between getting products from a professional like yourself and over the counter?
Yeah, I think, the biggest difference is like the customization, right? So when you come in here, we're going to sit down, we're going to talk for 45 minutes or so about you, your lifestyle, um, your goals, and then come up with a treatment plan. And that treatment plan could include services, or it could include services and products, or just products. It really just depends on, what your goals are. And we're going to talk about the sensitivities of your skin. We're going to talk about the stressors. We're going to talk about what could be triggering your skin to do what it's doing. And then from there, we're going to come up with these are the right products for your skin specifically. And so that's the biggest difference is the customization. Being that I'm a licensed esthetician, I know exactly what's going to work and what's not. I know about the ingredients that you need to fix the problems that you have. Versus you're going to the store and you're blindly purchasing, and it's basically a trial and error until you find something that could or could not work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's where a lot of people are, is just the trial and error. And I think I've just been kind of fortunate I never went through like the acne phase as a teenager and like all of those things. But I do notice that as I'm getting older, it's probably because I'm not wearing sunscreen, but I just feel like my skin is like so dry, especially like my forehead. Maybe it's the winter too, it's like so dry. How do we adjust our skincare routines as we continue to age with grace?
Yeah. So the one thing you mentioned about dry skin, I would add a humidifier to your bedroom. That will help you tremendously, but you have to make sure you keep the door closed. So if the
Gotcha.
bedroom door is still open, it's pointless because the air is just flowing out. But you want to add that humidifier to your nightstand, and that'll help keep that moisture in the air. And then the other thing you want to make sure you're not sleeping with a fan on, because that fan will draw out all the moisture from your skin. So it's kind of counteractive. If you're sleeping with a fan on and you run the humidifier, you might as well just not.
Yeah, ladies, tell that man to turn that fan off. Cause I don't know what it is with men. They like to sleep with fans. Like, what
Yeah,
is that?
I do not allow my husband to sleep with the fan on. He's like, it's hot. I'm like, no, it's not. We're not turning a fan on. I'll be so sick if you turn that fan on. No. The other thing too is just making sure you're wearing a moisturizer morning and night. And then some people wear a heavier cream in the evening than they do in the mornings, but moisturizer is super important. Even if you feel like you have oily skin, you still want to have a moisturizer because you don't want that barrier to be compromised.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any thoughts on fillers and Botox and all of those things as an esthetician?
I say
Does it
if you
affect your
want,
work?
um, well, I say if you want it, go for it. You just have to be honest with your esthetician.
Okay.
You got
You get
Botox
to
and
moving stuff around.
yes, you don't want to be moving things around. And like a chemical peel, they'll want you to wait, several weeks before you get those services. So you don't want them to overlap. So just definitely being honest with your practitioner to let them know, oh, hey, I got a chemical peel, or with your esthetician, hey, I just got Botox or filler, because I think it's maybe like 2 to 4 weeks in between.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
I'm seeing more and more people getting it done, but I'm seeing a lot of people taking their filler out.
I've seen that too. Yeah, to each his own.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like Black women are looking younger and younger these days. I'm like, are they really just doing all skincare, or is it other things that's going on?
Yeah, I think it depends on their lifestyle. Like, what you also have to think about, like, are they drinkers? Do they drink or smoke? Because that plays a huge role. Someone that doesn't do any of those things and has a great skincare routine and eats well, they're
Mm-hmm.
going to age more gracefully than someone that does all of those things.
I love that. I love that. Is there a part of your journey right now that you wish you knew sooner than later, in hindsight?
There's so many parts of my journey that I wish I knew sooner. I think the importance of really knowing your numbers is, like, right now for me, it's like so important for me. I check them daily, I check them weekly, I check them monthly, and I have goals for myself. And I think just understanding that in the very beginning, understanding your cost of goods, understanding your budget, your marketing budget, everything that you're putting into your business, you need to understand that in every aspect of it. So your email marketing, your social media marketing, what's converting, what's working, and know who you're talking to. You can't be talking to everyone. So knowing who your client is super important.
Yeah, for sure. Those are the things that it's like the boring things that we just like, okay, we don't want to do this. Let's just run our business, and then it catches up with you in the long run.
Big part of running your business. Because if you
Yeah.
don't have numbers, you're not running a business. You have a hobby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, period. What are you working on your legacy to be with Skin by Brownlee? I love that, like, it's just in honor of your lineage, the name.
Yeah, you know what? So I'm currently in the Goldman Sachs program, the 10K
Okay.
program, and that's what we're working on is our, thank you. We're working on like our growth plan strategy. So I'm really like really, really kind of trying to narrow that down to decide what do I want that to look like. Um, I've always kind of had it up here and thought I knew, but when you really like put it on paper and say, okay, these are the routes that I want to see the growth happen.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to see Skin by Brownlee Co. in wholesale and salons and spas and have more estheticians using it. And then I want to train and teach them how to use the products and clear skin as well.
Nice. Okay.
That's
I
what I'm.
love that. Do you have anything that's coming up next that you can share with us? You have your launch coming up that we'll look out for February 6th.
That's
It's 2 days
February.
after my birthday, so I'm just like,
Oh,
yes. Yes.
happy early birthday!
Thank
So
you.
that's after you're a Pisces,
Aquarius.
Aquarius. Okay, okay,
Mhm.
awesome. I think the big thing will be watch out for that growth. Watch out for other salons and spas to be carrying Skin by Brownlee and Co.
Yep. It's coming.
Yes.
It's coming. But before I let you go, I have to ask you the Friends and Beauty rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So whatever comes to your mind first, you can spit it out. If you need to elaborate, that's fine too.
Okay.
So the first one is, what are the top three keys to your success so far?
Dedication, hard work, and never giving up.
Dedication, hard work, and never giving up. How do you measure your success?
Oh wow, there's so many ways. Um, how I feel, how my clients feel, numbers, data. Yeah,
Mm. What's the best advice you've ever received, or a piece of advice that's always stuck with you?
your past does not define you.
Yes, I love that. Your past does not define you. What advice would you give to another esthetician right now who is just ready to give up and maybe just go back and get a corporate job?
Get a niche, focus, write down your goals, and find a mentor.
Get a niche. I love that. Okay. What is a resource that helps you in your business that you could share with the friends and beauty community?
Ooh, becoming MBE or We Bank certified.
Okay. MBE, or you said WeBank?
Yep. So MBE or WBE certified. It's hopefully it's still around, but it's where minority women or women of color, women-owned businesses get a certification that helps them apply for different grants and funding for their business.
I am into grants. I've been winning grants lately, so I'm just like, yeah, okay. I'm gonna look into that for sure. So the last one is just a statement or a sentence that I want you to repeat and just say, my name is blank, and the key to longevity and success is blank, like whatever you think it is.
My name is Sylvia, and the key to longevity and success is balance.
Balance. Yes, that's what we're all striving for. Balance. I love that. Before you go, please share your social media information, website, however you want people to continue to connect with you and follow your journey, get some products, whatever you want to share.
So the website is www.skinbybrownleeco.com, and you can catch us on all of our social media channels at Skin by Brownlee Co.
Yay. Thank you so much, Sylvia, for sharing with us, and I promise I'm going to make you proud.
Yes, girl, I need to know you're wearing that sunscreen and give that skincare a little bit longer than 4 weeks.
I got you. Thanks for sharing. I learned so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening to the Friends in Beauty podcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with another friend in beauty. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, rate, and leave a 5-star review so that other friends in beauty can find the show. Plus, we'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with us on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty, hashtag Friends in Beauty to join the conversation, and join our Friends in Beauty Facebook community to stay connected. Talk to you soon.